episode 8, and the title that you guys came up with is My Ideal, which is me basically going to let you guys know what the perfect man and my ideal life would look like if it was up to me and I can choose everything to the T. And so let's go ahead and start with my ideal life. And what I would choose if I could just be an entertainer, a content creator, and get paid for it, monetize off it, even maybe get some offers to attend certain events that I've always wanted to or that I already have, just in a different way. Kind of like I have been to Coachella a few times, but I would love to be invited to be in the VIP area, maybe do some interviews, some background videos, stuff like that.
I said I wanted to go with a brand to Coachella, and Kapari brought me this year. We had the major luxury of being able to ride golf carts in and out of the festival, which was insane. For the festival, y'all, I played beer pong with Post Malone.
I would love, one of my dreams that I still have is to attend a Super Bowl, obviously one that the Broncos are in, and this year we're looking good. It might just be possible.
Our goal is to make a Super Bowl run and not just make it. We just want to win the whole thing.
And then also to go to WrestleMania. That is also one of my dreams.
I was a chick, no, I was a try to keep on it, come around, she wanna get hit.
And so if I can get paid to get an all-inclusive trip to do the things I love, then why the fuck not, right? That would be ideal. Also, if I couldn't, do anything with the podcast and like make it as big as Alex and Call Her Daddy.
The guest this week is you.
Or anything like that, then I would love to be a travel influencer and just get paid to go to travel around the world in different spas, different resorts, different places, make videos and content off that.
When the water's so blue, so blue, so blue.
So those would be my ideal jobs if I got to choose exactly what I wanted to do, my ideal life. And from that, I would love to stay in a small town, countryside, mountainside with a beautiful view. And my dream destination, if I can choose anywhere to live, then it would be Durango or Pagosa. I love those two places. So many beautiful scenic areas, so many places where you can have a house that is mountainside. And I would love to have my dream barndominium designed exactly the way that I wanted it. So that is my dream life. We are going to manifest that now. Because sometimes I do believe in that kind of stuff. So, I do try to manifest every single night. And I may not say exactly what I want and exactly in those words. And in the last episode, I will tell you what my words of affirmation are and how I do manifest. So I don't want to let that go. This is just kind of a little sneak peek. But that would be my ideal life. Now, when it comes to having a partner, I obviously said many times I am okay with or without a partner, and I have very, very high standards, very, very high expectations. And I almost even, one of the few options for the title of this episode was Unattainable Standards and unrealistic expectations. So unfortunately, I don't know if I'm ever gonna find the person that I do want to spend the rest of my life with. But what's so sad and crazy, like my top 5 unnegotiable personality traits or characteristics are really the ones that are holding me back the most. And the top 2 that I just cannot seem to find in any single person that I have come across is loyalty, or, having them be trustworthy, which I think are very 2 one and the same type traits, and consistency. I really, truly don't think those 2 things should be that hard for somebody to be or to have, but unfortunately, those are the two things that I just cannot find in a partner, that I have not yet, and that are my top two that I really wish I could. Another few negotiables is I want a man that's confident and secure, that knows exactly what he wants and is going to do everything that he can to get it and keep it. Good communication, open communication, always verbalizing, telling me what he wants, what he doesn't like, those kinds of things is very, very important in a relationship. That also kind of goes with being negotiable in itself, being able and open to compromise, all those kinds of things. And then the last one that I would choose is to just have them be a man of their word. And for some reason, that's very hard to find as well. Like, just don't say things you don't mean. Don't make broken promises. If you're gonna do something and you say you're gonna do it, just fucking do it. Like, I don't think that should be that hard either. But for some reason, those traits have been the hardest for me to find, and unfortunately are the only ones that I will not negotiate on. That those are absolutely what I need in order for me to want to be a person and have a relationship with them. Some of the other things that I would like in a partner that are negotiable, but are my ideal, my perfect man, right? That's why we're here. That's why we're talking about it. Is I just want somebody that is romantic and thoughtful, that, thinks about me, sees something, thinks about me, gets it for me, tells me that this is something that reminded them of me, and so that's why they got it for me. Somebody that plans out dates and, does romantic gestures. You guys seen my video? Like, I'm the kind of person that loves huge, extraordinary proclamations of love, just like in the movies. I don't want you to ask for me to be your girlfriend. I want you to have a girlfriend proposal. Like Valentine's Day kind of, with all the roses and the candles and the balloons and all that kind of stuff. And then my engagement or marriage proposal should be even that much extra. So maybe like on a beach or on a rooftop in the city with like a really pretty floral arch or something like that. But I would love to have a man that is extra and not worried about being romantic. And even small things, like I told you, I've had guys just give me, candy that because they know that I like it, and they were just so happen to be at the store, or just, planning something that I like. Like my best friend took me to the Haunted Museum in Vegas, even though that's not something he would like. And so he planned that for me. He took me to a restaurant that was Frida themed. Just small things like that, doing things that that I would like and taking me to those kinds of places. And other stuff. So being with that, you'd have to be attentive. You have to listen when I'm speaking and just kind of take note of things, right? And just remember certain things about me, or certain things I said, or certain things that I liked. And then also I would love somebody that is dominant, aggressive, and assertive. With one eye open tonight, I see red. Because I'm a very, very bossy woman. That's actually why one of my boyfriends left me, is because he said I was too bossy and controlling. And I respect that, because I am, but I want somebody that can be an alpha above me and put me in my place and tell me what it is and what he likes, and you know, what he doesn't like about me, because I know I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I like to say, my dad always likes to say the best you get is 80%, and if you got that, then you're doing pretty damn good. But unfortunately, I can't even find that. I'm lucky if I find 60. But I am shooting for the stars. Like I said, I want it all or nothing at all. And so I just need somebody that can dominate over me. I would love to be dominated because I feel like I'm always dominant in every situation that I've ever been in, and it'd be nice to, you know, take a rest and let somebody else take control. I want you to be dominant, aggressive, and assertive, but I also want you to be passionate, intimate, and sensual. You know, like a good love maker, but have a good mix of both when it comes to it. You can say, I want a gentleman in the streets and a freak in the sheets, you know, how they try to say about us. I like that in a man as well. I want somebody that can love me and adore me and worship me and be completely obsessed with me.
Look at her. I would die for her. I would kill for her.
Only you, my girl, only you, babe. Only you, darling, only you, babe.
Even when I look my worst, like how I am right now, actually. How I've been in actually every episode. I don't put too much effort into, you know, what I look like. I, every once in a blue moon, step out looking like a bad bitch. But for the most part, I like to be comfortable. I like to wear minimum makeup and maybe not to put too much effort into my hair and what I wear. It has to be very cozy and comfortable.
For me, if you can't see me and accept me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best.
And I want them to still only have eyes for me, even when I do look like that. I want to feel secure. I want to feel safe. I want to feel good in your arms. I can be myself fully, wholly, and completely with. And obviously, it would be idealistic if we had similar interests, if he can be kind of like a best friend and like all the same things that I like, the same kinds of music, and go to the same concerts that I want to, watch the same kind of movies, is into horror, into vintage cars and car shows, stuff like that. That would be completely ideal as well. And so if we can do all the fun things that we love together and, you know, even go on hikes, have spa days together, go to hot springs, because those are my top 3 favorite things, as you guys know, but also, you know, have his own interests and have his own friends and have his own hobbies so that he can have his alone time. I could have my alone time with my girls, but we can still enjoy the same things that we like together. And, you know, somebody that I can do movie quotes with and sing songs with in the car, stuff like that. Like best friend energy. And then also, I love quiet, I love calm, I like peace. I want somebody that we can be comfortably silent together.
You hate that?
Hey, what?
Uncomfortable silences. Why do we feel it's necessary to yak about bullshit in order to be comfortable?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's when you know you found somebody really special. And you can just shut the fuck up for a minute, comfortably share silence.
I want to be able to spend hours together and not have to say a word and be completely okay with that. Because sometimes, you know, trying to entertain somebody all the time is exhausting. Like, I just want to be comfortably silent with you sometimes, especially when it comes to enjoying nature. Like when we are at the hot springs or at the spa, like, please, let's not talk at all. Let's just enjoy and just soak in this moment and this quiet, calm, peaceful serenity together. And then going into what I like for physical characteristics, then obviously those are also negotiable, but to a certain extent, like my perfect man would be 6'5", around 250 of pure muscle, you know, big, huge, veiny arms. Like, you don't have to have a 6-pack, but, you know, be pretty fit, be pretty built, have big legs. Make sure you don't skip lay day. I don't want no chicken legs. that's big enough to make me feel small, because I'm a big girl. I'm 5'6", pushing almost 200 pounds. Like, I need my man to be of a bigger stature than me. Like I said, I want to be able to know that he can kick some ass if need be, and that I wouldn't be able to dominate over him. And so I need a man that's big and beefy and got some meat on their bones. And maybe he could even pick me up and toss me around a little bit. So that would be my ideal. Obviously, it's negotiable, you know, as long as your physical stature is larger than mine, then that's all that really matters. It doesn't have to be that specific to those specific numbers. I do love and I'm completely obsessed with men that have longer hair than me. I prefer it. And if you don't, I am my eyes, my wonder to the ones that do. I will not lie. They completely catch my eye for sure. And so I do love a man with long hair. I love a man with a full face beard, but that one that they take care of, because I have seen some guys that have some beards that look a little scraggly, maybe a little mountain manish, too much for me. I want it to be very clean and smooth and sleek. That's not gonna itch me and hurt me when we kiss.
Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone.
I be waiting, how that life will do you wrong, you'll be the price.
And so somebody that takes care of themselves. So good hygiene is also a non-negotiable for me. Like, please put deodorant on, spray your shoes if your feet smell bad, brush your teeth, you know, just take care of yourself. Be cleanly. I love that. I don't like sweaty, stinky guys. You know, when you get home and you were working hard all day or you were at that gym, please take a shower before you get in bed with me or I will kick you out. Love tattoos from your ankles to your chest. And obviously the neck and the face are negotiable as well, as long as it doesn't look trashy or ghetto. Obviously, like, nowhere in the middle of your face, like on your forehead or your cheeks or your mouth.
I'm tatted up. I say I'm tatted up, tatted up. I'm tatted up. I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up. Bitch, I go by South, I got tattoos everywhere.
But like, the sideburn tattoos are okay with me, you know, maybe even a little bit by the eyes. But other than that's too much for me. I don't like a man with facial piercings. Maybe the only negotiable I can do is a nose piercing. Like, too many facial piercings is like, we did that in high school. We're grown-ass adults. We're in our 40s, our 30s maybe. We probably shouldn't have face piercings. I don't have any piercings at all really anymore. I got rid of all my body piercings. Literally all I have is my gauges now. So, you know, like, there's just, when you're a certain age, you should grow out of some things, and that should be one of them. I also love a man that has full lips and beautiful eyes that I can get lost in. They don't necessarily have to be colored, but if I can pick my perfect ideal, obviously they would be. I do love me some dimples, and obviously that's negotiable as well. They don't need to have dimples, but I do love me some dimples. Also, what I would like is for them to be sober, and maybe not 100% completely sober. I just want somebody that, you know, can have a drink with their meal, maybe a few drinks here and there with their boys, or when we're out or at a party or at a restaurant or at a bar, but not to the point where they're drunk and not to the point where they're sloppy. Because honestly, that is a deal breaker for me. When you start to get sloppy, that is like one of the biggest icks that I have.
I think hands down, one of the most unattractive things a man could do around me is just be a sloppy, messy drunk. There is nothing worse than a man who does not have control over himself, who's stumbling all over the place, head nodding, his friends are helping him up. It's so not masculine in any way, shape, or form. Like, he has no self-control at all. Beyond the ick. Beyond ick. Can't do it.
And I'm also gonna go over some of the things that are deal breakers for me that are once I see that, once you've showed me that, once you kind of presented that's how you are and that's who you are, then there is no coming back from that. And that is one of them. Obviously, would love a man, if I can choose his interests, then I would love for him to play guitar, ride Harleys, cook, have a rockabilly style, is a handyman that can fix anything, and that can also work on cars.
Rich, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, that's my type. 8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. I'ma ride it all night. Rich, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, that's my type. 8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. That's my type, that's my type. Wrist, new whip, right around dips.
If you were able to do most or any of those things, then those are things that really, really turn me on. For sure. Love a man that is intellectual, that I can have deep conversations with. I would love somebody that we can have our own inside jokes with, that makes me laugh, that's a little goofy, a little nerdy, but also a little hood, you know, that can pop off if need be. But for the most part, you know, pretty classy. Obviously, when it comes to interests, I would love them to love sports the way that I do, go to sporting events. And if I could choose their teams, it would obviously be the same as mine, which is I am an all-round hometown girl. So I go hard for the Nuggets and Broncos, the Avalanche, even the Rockies, no matter how much they suck. But obviously, those are all negotiable. The only two teams that I think is a requirement is the Nuggets and the Broncos. I don't think I could ever be with anybody that was not either of those teams' fans. I just couldn't. When it comes to trusting, I want to be able to trust them wholeheartedly with my life and with my heart, that I would never have to question or be afraid. I want the love with them to feel natural. I want it to feel effortless, that we're not trying too hard, that it just comes very natural and easily.
Your love is effortless. You just know. It's a feeling, like you know this person feels the same way that I feel about them.
That he sets me at ease, that he calms my soul and makes me a better person and inspires me and motivates me. And so I would love a guy that does like to work out and go to the gym, because I do not. I fucking hate it. And so I need that, you know, opposite person to be able to push me and motivate me to want to do that too. A soulmate, if you will.
All you need is one person in your life who says, "You got this, I believe in you," and you will find courage and energy to do things that you would not have had before.
I also want a man that I've said many times that my son could look up to, and somebody that I want my son to be like, and somebody that is wanting and willing to treat my son as their own. Now I'm going to go into the deal breakers, or non-negotiables, if you will, that I will probably just never give anybody a chance because of these things, and wouldn't even consider to ever be in a relationship with them. And so I do believe in the rule of 2 and the power of 3, which means I am willing to be your third baby mama or your third marriage, or you can have up to 3 kids. But for my preference, I'm sorry, I just can't do it if a man has more than 2 baby mamas, 2 marriages, or 2 kids. And so that's just me, that's just my preference, just because I do truly believe that third time should be a charm. So if you get to your 3rd time and I'm your 4th, then it's just never gonna work. To me, that's my way of thinking, that you've had 3 chances to make it work with 3 other people and it didn't. So how am I gonna be any different? And so, sorry guys, y'all need to know how to control yourself. I like a man that has willpower and control when it comes to those kinds of things. And it feels like those are the ones that fall in love way too easily, way too fast, and give everybody and anybody a chance. We're like men too. We don't want men that have been used and abused and have to be fixed. Like, I want my man that, you know, maybe made a few mistakes, but had learned from them, not that keeps making them. And I don't want to be another one of them either. Also, I can never do a guy, like I said, that has bad hygiene. I do love me some pearly whites. I do love me some straight teeth. Obviously, those are easy fixes. If you don't have them, you can either get veneers, you can get them whitened, you can get braces, Invisalign, something like that. But I do love some pretty teeth. And that's very important to me. I need you to have a beautiful smile because I love a man that can smile and laugh all the time. And when you do, I don't want to have to cringe when you do. So I definitely can never do a man that's shorter than me. I know some of my friends have, and you know, that's their preference. They're okay with that. But like I said, not me.
Oh, my love, we're but a kiss away from our happily ever after. Now kiss me.
I need to feel small. I'm a big girl. I want to feel smaller than you. And maybe even eye to eye might be a deal breaker, but as long as you're just, you know, big enough that when I have my shoes on, you're still taller than me, we're good. Because lucky for you guys, I no longer wear heels. Back in the day, I used to wear those 6-inch stilettos, so my minimum requirement was 5'10". Now, you know, you can be 5'8", 5'9", because I don't wear big shoes anymore. I do not like skinny men. You need that me. I already said that. And it's just a preference on how I feel. I need to feel safe in your arms. I don't want to feel like I'm gonna break you. I have dated or have hooked up with 2 guys that were bald. One of them, not because he had to be, so he actually ended up growing his hair out and he looks way more finer than ever. The other one, unfortunately, didn't have a choice, but he actually rocked it pretty well. And ironically enough, he was somebody I did consider at one point until I seen him get drunk and sloppy, and that was the deal breaker for me to not ever want to pursue that. But, you know, I prefer hair. You know, I prefer and love longer hair, but if your hair and your style works for you, then it can be negotiable. Non-negotiables is somebody that's indecisive. Obviously, the opposite of consistent is inconsistent. And somebody that's dependent, that's maybe clingy and insecure, like they always need to be around you at every second, every waking moment, and doesn't have their own lives and their whole life revolves around you. Like, that's actually kind of terrifying to me. That's a huge red flag. Like, yeah, I want my man to worship me and be obsessed with me, but there's a difference, right, between that and being codependent. And so I don't want somebody that needs me and needs to be with me every single waking moment. I want somebody that chooses me and enjoys me and likes it, not because they need it. And then also, I can never deal with somebody that's lazy, that's selfish, that's untrustworthy, that's irresponsible, that's ghetto. You know, I want to be proud to be able to present you to my family and friends. I don't want to be embarrassed of you. And also, you know, I like, you know, maybe a hood characteristic, but I don't want people to know that you have that side of you until it has to come out. Also, I don't like people that are flirty or talks about or to or looks at other women in front of you. Obviously, it's human nature to look at other people. I would not expect for this man to only have eyes for me 100% solely and completely for every day and the rest of their lives. You know, sometimes you can look at a girl and maybe I'll even agree with you that she's attractive, but don't make it obvious. Don't make me feel bad about it. Don't make me feel insecure about it. Don't make me question myself. Don't make me compare myself to her, you know, like those kinds of things. Also, I can never be with a man that is egotistical, misogynistic, homophobic, a narcissist, a crybaby, cocky, or arrogant. Like, there's a difference between confident and then there's a difference between cocky and arrogant, and think that you're just God's gift to the world and that I am so lucky to have you. Like, yeah, I should be lucky to have you, but I should want to feel lucky to have you. You shouldn't have to remind me or tell me that I'm lucky to have you.
I can't breathe. There's no room in Chris's ego. Can we go?
So really, you can say that I am very, very petty, that my standards are unrealistic and unattainable, but I don't care because I refuse to settle. You guys already know that. I've already said that. If that means I have to be alone, I'm gonna be alone. But for yourself, I truly do believe that we should all create our own list on what we want, what we need, what we tolerate, what are negotiable, and what are deal breakers. We all need to have that own list for ourselves, and we need to abide by it. We need to follow it, because I feel like too many of us settle for what we can get instead of actually going for what we can have and what we need and what we want. And it's just out of the fear of being lonely. And I think that's super fucking sad. Like, I think you should be comfortable in your own solitude and actually enjoy it. When somebody does come into your life, they should be competing with the feeling that you get from that. And so I want everybody to be confident enough to know that they deserve the best and they deserve everything that they want.
I hope you know that you deserve everything you want in life. You deserve to fall in love with someone who cares for you in the softest way. Someone who drives you and believes in you and is always in your corner. Not just when it is easy, but when it is hard too. You deserve to be that person for yourself as well. You deserve to be surrounded by people who grow your mind, people who make you better because they push you to be better. You deserve the kind of confidence that makes you believe that anything is possible, the kind that empowers your voice and your ideas and your capacity to seek out the things that you desire. You deserve moments of pure and intense happiness, the kind that make you feel your heart beating against your chest, the kind that dizzy you and make you realize that everything will be okay. Because it will be. It will be. You deserve to be chosen. You deserve to be loved the way you love others. At the end of the day, you deserve to be inspired by your life. I hope you never forget that.
So I hope that's what you guys took from this. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment.